don't know. My bedtime was 8:30, my nigga. Like, but that was when I was like 8, 9. But when I was in high school and stuff, I couldn't be on the phone past 9:30. And that also helped. That also helped that that's when we had free after 9 o'clock on Sprint. No, it was till 10. Every year it went up a half hour. So like, shoot, I was scared to be on the phone in front of my mother at the age of 19 in college past 12 o'clock. Not scared. It just felt awkward. So it's just
but why?
Because
around that time, I always wanted to be on the phone.
At 19?
At 19, when you say you were scared, that's what I'm saying.
I said,
like,
that's why I changed that. I didn't say I was scared. I said I felt awkward.
But that's what I'm saying, though. We get over that in the hood. Niggas that come from the hood and shit, we get over that shit way younger. Way younger than that. Like 15, 16, we already on the phone forever.
Here's my thing.
13, we on the phone forever. 12.
I understand that, but I still had, like, granted, yes, I got my phone taken a couple of times because I went past my curfew. I'm not saying, like, everybody had curfews. So for anybody to say they didn't have curfew, why are you turning the curfew on?
Okay, well, let them on, so I don't know.
So I'm like, even if everybody had curfews, even if you broke them, you rebelled more, like, everybody had a curfew at some point in time.
Yeah, they did.
So at the end of the day,
I even had a bedtime though.
I had a bedtime too. I didn't have a bedtime in high school. I didn't have a bedtime in like when I was in middle school. I had a bedtime since
I was under my father's reign. Like
I didn't have a bedtime, but I had this. The television had to be off by 10.
Bruh, all that stuff. Yeah, I had all that. That's them.
And so no, she just be mad loud. But the television had to be off by 10. But see, I had a very different lifestyle. I had to be up at 4:45, 5 o'clock in the morning.
But check it, I did too. I went to Bloomfield Tech.
You had to be up at 5 o'clock in the morning?
I had to get up. I had to catch the bus at 6 from South Ward because I used to live by Beth Israel. Because I lived on Skylar. I showed you my house. I used to live in the South Ward, and I had to
catch the bus.
I used to take the bus from at 5:45 at the corner of Hawthorne and Osborne to catch the 27 all the way to Bloomfield by myself. Used to fall asleep on the bus. This 9th grade. I used to fall asleep on a bus and then miss my stop.
That's a little different. I used to beg my mother to catch the bus.
I had to do that. I had to get up at 5 o'clock because the only bus that get me to school at 8 was that 6 o'clock bus. So I had to take that shit too. Like, it was perspective, but like, I still was an outside kid, even with a bedtime, even having to get the fuck up at 6 and shit. And then my dad was a motherfucker that if you didn't wash the dishes, he didn't care about nothing. You got a test the next day. You got to get up early and shit. He'll still wake you up in the middle of the night to finish all the dishes.
I didn't have to do none of that.
That was my dad. Like,
I didn't have to do that.
That's some bullshit. And then that's what I'm saying. And I still had to get up. And I still was a street kid. Every chance I got, because that's when I used to, my mom and shit, I used to go to every other weekend and shit. So every weekend, it was a fucking gold mine. Like, I was outside from fucking, I didn't even come.
But see,
my mom didn't even care what time I came in.
I didn't have that. I had a single parent.
Nah, I had a single. I didn't have a single parent.
What I meant by that, you can go away from a parent and still do that. I didn't have those. Like, even when I went to other people's houses, they was just as overprotective as my mom.
Yeah, I get you.
My mother was not the person. Like, if my mother, even if I was going to my father's house, she can't. If I don't know the person coming over, if I don't know the person, her friend, if I didn't know the person's friend, that person's parent, you was not going there. Because, let me tell you this, ready? 13, 14, 15-year-old, you raised your daughter, right? But you let her go out. Since you say it's okay for her to go out looking like that.
This is my perspective. I feel like...
No, let me finish saying what I'm saying. Let me put this out, and you're going to say your perspective.
I'm going to say both sides. I'm going to say both sides first.
Let me put this out first so you can think about this perspective.
But I got to get them up on date. Y'all, we're just having a perspective about how you raising your kids, and if you will raise your kids a certain way, and it'll get a certain outcome. I'm just saying that broadly like that.
So, perspective. We started this conversation because I was up last night and I was looking through on Instagram, and everybody, technology and all of that. Our kids are very more advanced. Let me take that back because I said that's so horrible. Our kids are more advanced than we were.
Let's try to be less formal and then more genuine.
Our kids are more advanced. The youth is more advanced than I was growing up. Like, I was not allowed to have weave in we were not, like, at my age, at the age of 13, 14, 15, I was 2003, 2004, 2005. Weaves for our age group was not acceptable. And if somebody did have
You said Weaves?
Weaves
right,
was not acceptable. If somebody did have them, because you had box braids, you had cornrows. At that time, even having certain type of cornrows made you look grown. At that age, you could not look grown. And if you did look grown, it was only because you hit puberty and you had a body.
But
even
the thing,
then,
in the hood, most of them chicks had bodies.
Sweetheart, I'm specifically talking about when I went to school in Newark for 7th and 8th grade with hood chicks.
Yo,
that's how I met. How we met. That's how I met how we met. When I even met her, I'm not gonna say no names. When I even met her, I'm 2 years older than her. Just like I'm 2 years older than you.
Right.
She ended up going to my high school, which was an all-white school.
Oh,
mind you, we went to Newark school. It was still Link Community School. They can know what school it is. It was Link Community School. So it was just like, we wore uniforms, whatever. Of course, I wasn't raised in Newark. So some things did take me as, I don't want to say culture shock, but culture shock. I was raised in a very diverse area, as well as I was around a lot of white people. So at the end of the day, it's just like, when I'm just doing a snippet. I went out with the girl, the one we know, to her house. My mother met her mom, met the girl, whatever, and she actually met her in high school. She didn't meet her because I was her peer leader. I was leaving the school when she was coming in, so I was her peer leader during her summer program. So my mother didn't meet her then. She met her when I was in high school. So with that being said, I remember, going to that type of high school, and the way you dress regular. At that age, we were not overly sexual at that age. We was raised differently then. And if you were overly sexual, it wasn't like you was broadcasting that shit. Because you was still, like, you did it underneath rap. Like, you was scared for your parent to see that. Right. Like, you was scared for your parent to see shit. Even if you was overly sexual. Even if you was popping out here. Even if you was doing stuff you was not doing. You would sneak and do it. You would not do that in front of your parent like that. Yeah. So, for it to be so open, I was very taken back because I seen a video and a girl really.
You probably got to show the video. Again more.
We're going to have to redo this, but this is content.
No, you have to show it more right now, one time.
So, basically, the girl.
Don't stop shouting.
The girl, basically, it was just like. I didn't particularly agree with how she was carrying herself. Not that I'm anyone's parent or anything like that, but at the age of 13, 14, 15, don't get me wrong, I was not a saint. However, I was not wearing booty shorts or wearing tank tops or wearing belly shirts to the point where I had side boob out with no bra and my ass can hang out the bottom of them at 13, 14, and 15.
But that's what
that
I'm
was
saying,
not
like,
how that's not what we did at that age group.
I'm still not proving that, but at the same time, you gotta let your kid, like, if she come into her body, I'm not gonna let her be no little hoe and shit.
You gotta finish telling the
crazy.
basis. Or booty bouncing. Hold up. I don't want you to see her face.
Ain't no names and shit.
So, this is a 14, 15-year-old. Okay. So, hold on. Let me show you another video. The one I told him I didn't particularly agree with, which is how we started this.
This is on her Instagram. This girl's Instagram.
Okay. Mind you, she looks like this on a regular. Like, she looks like she's about 28, and she's only 15.
Right.
No, I think she's 15. I think she's like 14. 14, 15. Her weaves be down her butt. All the way down her butt. Wait, just let me finish. You gotta let me get it out. She looks like this. I'm gonna show you this picture because she is a Instagram celeb, so y'all probably already seen her. She looks like this at the age of 14, 15.
Right.
And I told him I did not particularly agree with, as a parent, allowing your child out like that. But I'm trying to.
You gotta show the boyfriend one.
Hold on, I gotta show the boyfriend one and a booty short one. I'm trying to look for the booty short one.
All right.
Because I said I did not agree with.
I'm gonna give my little thing while you're looking for it.
I did not agree with. I did not agree with.
Like, and we different. Like, I grew up I was born 92. Like, we grew up in a whole different era. Like.
Hold on, where is the booty short one?
We even won no colorful hair back then. We thought that shit was the super cheesiest shit ever.
You right, but see, you keep attacking that I'm talking about the hair and I'm not talking about the hair.
It's the whole lifestyle. Like, you can't, the whole stripper look. That's what it is. The whole stripper glow up look.
This is her 14. Okay, going out. I mean, I get
the
it.
Booty shorts don't show ass. You can show the back of it, and it does not show ass.
That's okay, but it was one that did show ass. I can't find it right now, but me looking for it is just taking up mad time.
And me, I'm gonna say that too. I'm with her on that shit. Like a little chick wearing motherfucking.
Like if you
shorts with the ass out, that shit is not a fly.
Here's
like,
my thing.
It's just not
you
a
have to dress your size at your age. If you're 13 and you're skin and bones, I would not mind you wearing shorts that's right there because because it's not overly sexual.
What's the difference?
Because
you said if it's a young girl, period. What if she got a body or not? That's mad sexist. That's kind of sexist.
That's not sexist at all. That's
it gotta be something like that because
no, that's not the right word. Let me get my thoughts out.
Something like that
let me get my thoughts out.
Because she don't got no body, she can wear what she want. And when she does got a body, she can't wear it into her body because she's still be overly sexual.
You do that as an adult. You carry that on as an adult. The things you learn as a child, you carry that on as an adult.
But like I said, I'm a big advocate of teaching them the right way so they don't learn the wrong way.
You're telling me you're a big advocate of not teaching your daughter respect.
It's not respect. Respect.
It's not respect.
How are you internally teaching them? How you internally respect in their heads if you're not letting them wear what they want? How can they not wear what they want per se as far as no stripper shit or too revealing? I get that. It's not that. As far as like if she has a body, she can't wear too short of a shorts.
My only point was I do not agree with
it's you holding your daughter
14 and 15-year-olds going out the house being overly sexual in the way they dress in terms of not wearing bras, having a nipple showing, especially if they have big boobs, wearing belly shirts that have deep cuts or deep side boobs where your boob can almost fall out. These are the things I was saying. Or wearing shorts with your ass hanging out the bottom of them. Or
not at no fit, not young like that. That's what I'm saying to you.
But that's my whole point. So why are you arguing me?
I'm arguing with you because you just showed the video, the pictures of a girl that did not have none of that stuff.
All right.
And you still did not approve.
So I basically, before you keep jumping,
you're talking about a whole nother chick, like.
I'm talking about in general. We had a whole in general talk about kids. It's still
how you raise your kids.
All right, but
I will raise my kid like that because you had a whole 1,000-hour time to talk. I ain't say nothing, and you showed pictures and everything. But
because you told me to show it.
But you still had that time to talk. It's 12 minutes.
That's because you kept telling me to talk about something I didn't want to talk about, and
But your perspective got out there, and I ain't getting nothing out.
I didn't get a perspective out there.
All right. Then go ahead. I'll let you talk.
I was just explaining what happened. You said catch them up to speed.
And I caught them up to speed with a little bit. You wouldn't even want to say it. I had to make you say it.
So basically, you wanted me to show this show. Basically, I did see an inappropriate. It was on her boyfriend's page, and they like 13, 14. No, they like the group is like 14, 15. She's like 15, 14, 15.
Yeah,
him and her is like 14, 15. She's a rapper, yes. So that's why when I said I could understand if you in that lifestyle, like with the hair, but still, I do not approve that you being overly sexual with your boyfriend and your boyfriend having his hand in your pants or like him grabbing your ass cheeks or doing stuff like that at the age of 14 and 15. And if you are doing that, why put that up? That just shows that you, as a parent, that you're okay with your child out here at the age of 14 and 15 being grown. And being grown is
the sexual, extra, overly sexual stuff.
But that's what I was saying. You said you have to let her express herself.
What I said to you off camera also was that I would let her get a taste of that stuff. I would not let her indulge all into that stuff like that.
I'm not no fool.
A taste of it, like as far as the colorful hair and one that where, like I was saying, I'm gonna say the part about the period part. I don't understand period, of course, but like, what if her body's not feeling right around that time?
And as she don't want to wear a bra. Okay,
and she doesn't want to wear a bra.
You do that in the house.
But why? Well, she got to go. She got to go to school.
All right, but there's a such thing called sports bras.
But this day and age, you're not thinking about. They wear uniforms. Who is looking at a little girl titties like that? Woman or man in school.
Okay, so
counseling.
Ready? How many little kids get raped at school?
No, them kids don't get no fucking raped at school.
How many teachers have?
If anything, boys get raped by motherfucking women.
How many kids have statutory rape?
When? Are you serious? Not a lot.
Teachers. There's a lot of cases like that.
If that's the case with teachers,
if
that's the case with teachers, is with women coming on to young boys. It's not the other way around.
It is.
It's not.
It is.
It's happened. I'm not gonna say it hasn't. Even in New Jersey, that shit definitely happened. But like
you can't. It don't matter if it happened once, it happened twice, it happened 3 times, it happened 4 times. It happens.
It's the statistic of the majority. You're holding back on women. Cause I understand it got the development thing, but they develop more than women, faster than men.
If you do not teach a woman how to respect herself at a very young age,
I told you,
it's going to allow a man at a very young and old age to disrespect her when she get older. You have to implement these things in them hardcore when they're younger.
That's what I'm saying.
So even if they do rebel, they still have a value.
Teach them the right way so they don't go out there and learn the wrong way. I said that.
So you cannot tell me it's okay. It is okay. Oh, that's what I was going to say before you wanted to catch them up.
Right.
Think about this. You said it's okay for them to dress however they want to dress at the age of 14 and 15, wear whatever the fuck they want to wear. If they ass want to be out, because
I said it's gonna be stipulations. It's gonna be they gonna know what the shit is like because you're gonna sit. That's what I'm saying. The method of keeping these chicks. The method of keeping these chicks. I did say that. I said she's gonna get a taste of it. That's stipulations.
Like I said. If you either agree with it or you don't agree with it.
Nah, it's not no agree with it.
Yes, you are.
You're going to hold your kid back because they're going to experience this stuff. Yes, you are.
No, you're not.
It's society-wise, you are.
I'm not saying she can't dye her hair the way she want to dye her hair.
But they experience it without your permission. Period. So why don't you give them game, period? Or if they doing it outside your parental guidance. That's what I'm saying. Your protection ain't supposed to last for them just being right in your face. Your protection got to last upstairs.
Okay, so I don't know where this is going to be broadcasted at or how this is going to show. Here's my thing.
Probably just go like to 30, whatever.
Here's my thing. If that's the case, please, thoughts. You're trying to attack what I'm trying to say, but in all actuality, you don't agree with a 14-year-old walking outside with her titties and her ass out. So
not completely. No, I don't.
So why do you keep telling me or trying to attack that I don't agree with a parent allowing her child to do that?
Because it's you, the image that you showed was borderline.
Okay, we're not Kwame. Our whole conversation went from that image and stemmed off of how parents raise their children. So you can't keep going back to that image when we went broader.
But this is the thing. The whole source of the whole thing came from that one girl in that same exact image. Nothing else.
You're right, but we went broader.
You went broader. I'm talking about what you
I'm talking about because I watched other videos and instead of going through 1,000 and something pictures now.
We have the time to. The time is right there. That's what we're doing this for that reason, so we can understand and we get everybody's thoughts about this.
But you don't need to have that much more understanding. But from the jump, she's 14, she looks 28.
That's what's wrong with that. I understand if she looks a certain way. You can't get mad at how she looks. The way she acts is what you talk. What she be more important about.
She acts old too. So what?
But she's a whole rapper. Like on top of that, her mental. You're not a rapper. She's already experiencing things you don't know nothing about. You can't teach her how to be a rapper. And most of these rappers out here are just like that. They're rappers. Our up and coming age, 92. I guess the 20-year-olds. That how we came up, 19. That's not like 19, 20. Now or some shit
Aaliyah,
like.
perfect example.
Aaliyah.
She was 15 when she started singing, having her belly out and all of that.
That nigga was wait. All right, go ahead.
Niggas wait what? What? Because if you allow your kid out dressed like that, who you think is gonna look at her? Not just her age group.
Alright, so
who do you think is looking at her?
So what are you saying? Because
especially a little black girl who has a body. Who the fuck you think is looking at her? White men?
I check it.
Men our age?
I check it. I understand that.
How many pedophiles are in jail right now?
I understand that. And you're right. You are right.
And for you to say that it's okay for you to allow your daughter, she can look. I'm not against expressing yourself. I was a rebel, a big ass rebel. Anything my mom said, I was still scared of my mom because I respected her. It wasn't even a point about being scared. I respected her. Whatever she said not to do that looked like it was not supposed to be done, it's facts. At the age,
I get that.
I didn't get, Dora, you cannot walk nowhere by yourself. You are 4'11", and I had hips in my butt growing up.
I check it. From this perspective, you're saying that being as though it is a statistic of pedophiles out here, that anybody that comes after that statistic and wear their body so freely, that it's a guarantee they're going to get raped. In the school system and outside. That's what you're saying.
I'm gonna even take it this far because you're not understanding
I'm saying
the seriousness
of
allowing
happens.
your daughter out in this world with vultures and not teaching her how to protect herself.
But check it. Even if I'm a father teaching my daughter the game.
And if you teach her the game, you teach her to respect herself. You teach her
yes,
not to,
that's what I'm saying. She's gonna get, but you're not gonna.
Mystery to a man.
All right, but check
you let your shit out there. A man gonna think you easy. It don't matter if you easy or not. He gonna think you easy. So he gonna try you. So you're allowing your daughter to get tried.
If you giving your chick the game, your little
might as well
daughter the game.
Look, if you wanna allow your daughter to get tried, you might as well have another baby.
She has nothing to do with getting tried.
That's a brother that's gonna protect her because she's gonna have a lot of fights.
That's the thing. You can have one daughter. The thing is, you gotta give them the game. You saying it like your daughter don't even have no training wheels from you already.
So what I'm saying to you is,
all you gotta do is be. My thing is, cause she been talking forever.
No,
you gotta sit there and give your daughter the game. My thing is with the perspective. My daughter would not have that whole. If she's a rapper, then that's a whole. If she's a rapper, I'm definitely gonna be in her fucking ear because I gotta really make sure she don't sign herself to some shit. So you got to be a part of it at that same time. It's not off topic because it goes into the game. You giving your chick the game, the young daughter the game. Like the fact that she's going to be out here and she's being seen like that, you're going to hold her back and she's not going to respect you because you held her back. Many of us have grown up and got mad because our parents didn't. We wish our parents would have taught us or let us or gave us the game back then, so we would have been further than we are now. And so we have not done that.
As wear skimpy clothes.
It's not teaching her how.
That's all we're talking about. That's the only topic we're talking about.
We're not only talking about that. We're talking about how you raise your kids.
All right.
As a whole
all right, raising
circle.
Your kids. Okay,
when you raise your kids, if your child wants to wear a certain thing, you can't hold her back too much because she's gonna rebel against you, and then you're gonna have those chicks that turn into the little Tatianas, which you don't want to. That's and they're the ones that go out there.
Like a Tatiana,
no, you have to make her respect herself and let her dance what she wants really up until she not respecting herself.
Okay, but
that's the thing. She can wear as much hair as she want. She can have her as shorts, long as it's not showing no ass or nothing like that. If she's thick and she got ass. Even if she got ass, like you can't be mad at her because she got ass for one.
How are you being mad at her if you tell
her?
But look,
it's not saying don't have. You still saying have ass out. Guarantee you, if you can show the back of that girl's shorts that you showed, her ass was not out. Like I looked at the shit, her ass was not out. She didn't show me nothing that the girl had ass out, not one time. My thing is she could wear whatever she wants up to a certain perspective, even if and then.
No, to a certain extent.
It's a certain perspective.
What you mean?
Because you talking about perspective. Look how it looks. How she got her ass out. That's a perspective. She's not having. She's not. That's not a mental thing.
I said there was a picture. The picture I showed you.
You said it was a picture.
Out. She just had short.
She did not. Right.
And I said it was on her boyfriend's
page. She could wear
page.
shorts. And she got her boyfriend. She wasn't showing that part.
I didn't show that part because I didn't get that.
And that's another perspective too. About would you let your young 15-year-old have a boyfriend and then be all on what you said, all on the social media with the hands down the pants and all that extra shit? Of course nobody don't want that shit. Nobody wants that shit. Anybody corporate see that shit, you're not getting signed to nothing. So that's stupid as hell anyway. But we grew up in a whole. How do you
look as a parent? It don't matter if we grew up in a whole thing. If we grew up in a whole different era.
They grew up.
Okay, if they grew up in a whole different era, right. It does not mean anything to the fact of respecting yourselves to a certain extent. I do understand letting them have a little bit more freedom. Me growing up, I had freedom to the extent of being able to experience things that people my age were not experiencing or people my age were experiencing, like being in sports or doing things of my age group or working or going to parties or... But not to the point of where, it wasn't even a point I wasn't even allowed to have a boyfriend. I was around guys, little boys that was 14, 15. When I was 14, 15, I had a boyfriend that my mother knew about.
See, that's where the sneaky shit come from.
But no, my mother knew about this boyfriend.
Well, that's what I'm saying. You not letting your kid... Now, I'm not saying she gonna have a boyfriend as soon as she want to have a boyfriend. No, but... She's there, a little bit. Like, you gotta.
You have to talk to them and have them respect yourself. Look, if you like a boy, there's nothing wrong with liking a boy. You have to teach them in the game. But here's the thing: you do not have to teach them to overly sexualize yourself. If you teach your daughter with respect now, that's why we have no more Angela Davises. We don't have no more Lauryn Hills. We don't have no more of those. We have motherfucking Black Chinas. Because you're allowing your daughter to over sexualize herself at a young age. She might not be a hoe.
You definitely right.
In perspective, she might not be a hoe at all. But watch this. This is what I was going to say when we first started the video, when he first started on, because we had this conversation, like, we was talking about that shit 45 minutes before he even put the shit on.
Yeah.
But I was going to say to you, I'm like, all right, if I say you let your daughter, dress however the fuck she want to dress. Because your daughter might not even, she could be peer pressured to dressing like that. You don't know that shit. Because you let her dress how the fuck she want to dress. Really? She might not want to dress.
You're right. And that's a perspective I didn't touch on.
She might want to dress with a turtleneck and all of that. But the cool girls at school, because you're not giving her the game the right way to respect herself.
That's not even
that. The cool girls, no, let me finish.
All right.
I'm not saying this is how you do it, but because of the way you just blanketed what you're saying and not really digging deep into how a female needs to be raised, just like you said, a female can't raise a man to be a man, just like a man can't raise a woman to all the way be a woman. So at the end of the day,
you're right.
At the end of the day, you're looking at a perspective. Okay, look, I'm older. You looking at how you was raised as a man and how I'm looking. I'm a man. I'm looking at how I was at that age and how I viewed a girl at that age.
Right.
Not as a father and how.
I'm looking at it as a father too, though. Even though I don't have kids.
Ready?
I am looking at it as a father.
Let me tell you something. Look at your age right now.
All right.
Look at a little girl. No, because since we're still young, we're not going to have a 15-year-old. That's like a little sister. That's a little sister to us. So we might give them a little more freedom.
This era of a 15-year-old is different from that era of a 15-year-old.
Listen to what I'm saying. So we might, as an older sister, brother, give them a little bit more freedom. But as a parent, you expect your parent to already instill into us and to your little sister and brother a certain way to act. So as a father, at a 13, 14, 15-year-old, you thinking you have to really take it and encompass everything as a female, as a little girl, as a melanated girl. Today's society, we are even more preyed upon than a lot of them.
Right.
Even though you see like little white girls get preyed upon, and I want to be politically correct, but we're not in a politically correct society right now, so I'm gonna be very raw with you. Our melanated sisters, even the little ones, we do have more body than most of them. So I understand that.
That's I went straight at that. I ain't even going to
defend. I understand that. But here's my point. If you know that, you teach them even more to respect themselves, because not only are our people looking at them, the white people are looking at us.
Yeah.
So if you want to instill in having Angela Davis, we at a time in the age that you need to start raising our youth the fucking way, because we about to leave this earth soon. This government is fucked up. If it's not us taking over these motherfucking positions,
that's a whole nother.
It's not. It's not. This is how you raise your child. You raise them in their mental.
All right, that's a whole nother.
But you gotta touch on it because it counts.
Yeah, of course it touch. You definitely gotta touch on ours. That's the game.
Ready? Right now. I'm telling you, 13, 14, 15. You let your daughter dress like that, put pictures up like that, letting a little boy like that. All right. Now, mind you,
one boy.
Listen to me. It don't matter if it's
she's
one
sticking
boy.
to one boy. That's her already having a game.
All right. That's good. She with one boy. That's cool. We're not talking about being with one boy. We're not talking about being in a relationship.
That's big.
We're not talking about being with one boy.
That shit is big. I fucked up. Bruh, that shit is big.
A lot of us did. See, you're going at the wrong thing. We never talked. We are not arguing that it's not okay to have a boyfriend at 15. We're not arguing that.
You said that. You did say that.
No. I said that's not where we're arguing. I didn't say I agree with it.
Oh, all right.
I just said that's not where we're arguing. What we're arguing is how a parent allows, not how your kids are going to be sneaky. Okay? If a child wants to wear what she want to wear.
It's not even sneaky. Why you got to look at it negative too? Why you can't look at it as that they curious?
If you tell your child not to do something and they go behind your back and do it, it's sneaky.
That's because you telling them something that they want to do. You're not letting them express themselves. So, you tell them up to the little. You're not gonna. All right, granted. And I'm gonna check on the little negative side.
Your perspective.
I'm gonna look at it on your negative side. If you tell a young person something and you make it so enticing, they will go towards it.
You're right.
And they will continue to do it. I get that.
You're right.
I get that.
But you have to understand, you're a guy
them the real
and we're
game
a girl.
from a perspective of like you know this shit, they're not gonna go and they're not gonna just be doing the shit at all willy nilly. I'm trying to tell you.
100% correct, but you still have to teach respect in your daughter. Right. Your daughter should be raised very different than your son. You could give your son a game like, look, if you about to be out here fucking, you better use a condom. I know you about to be playing with these little girls at 14, 15, and standing for blah, blah, blah. But you better respect them. Don't be putting your hands up their skirt. Different. Do not be overly sexualizing them. Do not be smacking their ass. Don't be doing that, because you know what that do? You allow your son to do that, or you allow your daughter to accept that. That means anybody looking at them think it's okay.
But nah, we ain't talking about those. We're talking about young artists that are brought up today. I brought up a perspective. Artists, we are, because she's an artist.
Okay, she's an artist.
I was talking about,
that has nothing to do with...
Can I add my input real quick? I don't want. You don't gotta be quiet. I ain't. All right, go ahead.
If the whole argument was about a parent allowing your child, regardless of whether or not
to express herself,
she's an artist, whether or not she's a regular child, is not to express herself. We're talking about being overly sexual. You can express yourself.
No, we're not. You're talking about being overly sexual.
My whole topic from the very jump.
So she was overly sexual. That's what you're saying. Because that's where it came from.
What you attacked was when I said I don't see how parents allow their child to go outside looking like this, or allow their child to do this, or allow their child to be overly sexual like this. That was all I said in the very beginning. And ever since then, you was like, you gotta allow your child to. Because I didn't even say overly sexual at first. I said, I don't understand how they allow their child to come out looking like they're grown. Hence, being overly sexual at the age of 14.
And grown is definitely being super sexual, but it's also being more than what her age is. At the age of 14,
you do not need to be sexy. You need to be beautiful. You need to be pretty.
She's 15. We were talking about 15 the
whole
time.
That little girl sexy as hell. She
only started saying
14
like,
what are you talking about?
The 14 was not added. We were talking about 15 the whole entire time.
I said they're 14, 15. I said her boyfriend was 15.
You said that in the beginning of this. Was we or was we not the whole time talking about 15?
At the age of 15, yeah.
14 was never added.
But before
14,
we said
you don't
that,
need to be involved in none of that shit. Let me add 15. That. We're not talking about 13, 14, 15. We were talking about 15. I said 15 the whole time. That's what we were talking about before this. 14 never came into play. You never said 14 before this.
I said a range.
When this came on, you said that.
Okay, I said the range before. But I was talking about her specifically.
All right, moving right along.
And that's 15. I said the whole group.
15. At that age, I don't feel like you're supposed to hold a young woman back, because you're going to be either the parent that she don't want to go to, or she's going to do it regardless. Especially this fucking 2019 era. Like, these young kids, like, you don't have no real control of them. The music and everything else has their influence.
So why not implement respect in them?
Most of these kids, she's even doing that. Most of them stuff, she's doing that where? At home. She ain't outside dancing like that. Them videos you just showed, some of them stuff, when she got the clothes on and stuff, she was outside. But she's also an artist. It's not even like she's a regular kid. Like, a lot of the people that's raised like the 17, 18, 19 eras, these chicks were
that doesn't make it right.
Celebs. They was like out there. Right. But their era is so different than ours. We ain't had this media like that. Like I had an input earlier about the celebs that they are. Oh, I thought I had it like this one. Like I had an input about the celebs that are grown up now. Like, it's a bunch of couples out here.
You playing devil's advocate.
How am I playing devil's advocate? It's a bunch of couples out here that got vlogs being one couple.
Bro, we're not talking about
and they all popping together. I'm saying that to say
that has nothing to do about having your daughter being
that's to touch on the fact that they're out here media wise. They got into. We didn't have that growing up. We have none of that stuff growing up. I'm not just saying that to try to get people's mind to think that the young people today are just a whole bunch of people that love to be together. But they had a whole bunch of stuff. We didn't have that, like,
we didn't have as much as they had, but we had Facebook.
It's a big generation.
Had Black Planet, we had Hi-Fi.
But we're not talking about that. We're not talking about
that's still
all
internet.
that stuff.
That
it's
still
not
was
the
a
internet.
way for us to display
the
ourselves.
internet perspective that I'm talking about is the chicks and the young men and the young women out here, even the ones that's like my age, like they are not even my age, younger than me. Like, they have band together to make video vlogs, like being together as a couple, and like
who cares
it's
about
a bunch
that?
of them popping balloons together, talking about a whole bunch of stuff.
Who cares about that? Every one of them is not having
they grew up different than we did. That's my thing.
It don't matter.
It does.
You could grow up different.
It does different.
You could grow
up different. The whole
different.
generation is different.
It don't matter. That don't mean you do not see every 13, 14, 15, 16-year-old girl walking out here overly sexual. Do you?
Right. That's what you saying though. You saying that every girl's out here doing that, and then there's a whole bunch of pedophiles out here, and it's a higher rate and shit.
It is a whole bunch of pedophiles out here.
So why the women?
Eyes to it.
The women, there is. I ain't saying nothing about that. Our little girls are
getting raped at home.
All that
you know
shit.
how many little girls get raped at home just because they walk around in booty shorts or boy shorts or with no bra on, just get raped by their uncles and brothers and sisters. Cousins and stuff. Like, if you
swinging it into whole.
It's not swinging it.
Horrible. It is swinging it. No, because
you said
I said amen. I said my daughter. First off,
all right.
You're not gonna sit there and say that my daughter's gonna get raped by anybody in my fucking family because she's gonna be in front of me most of the time. And if that happens, that's a whole nother case. We're not talking about that. You're just swinging it to try to get the perspective.
That's not a swing. You said there's not a lot of pedophiles out here. And
I did not say that shit at all. We're going to run this back and it's going to see how I did not say that.
Okay.
There's a whole bunch of fucking pedophiles out here. I understand that shit. But if you giving your daughter the game and you don't got her in places where she not letting herself be that way.
But if you
like
let
I
her
said,
be free,
she's
how
showing herself
it's
it's not being free. I say that my daughter's going to get a taste of that. It's a big difference. That her right there, she's not going to be, if my daughter was thick, like the perspective we was given at first, where you started switching stuff up.
I didn't.
She still can't wear no booty shorts, but if she's a whole rapper, I understand why she would even look towards wearing short shorts. Period.
Okay.
Even if I gave her the game.
Look at Willow. Did Willow wear booty shorts?
She probably fucking did.
No, Willow did not.
You don't know that.
Look at the video. Go back to Whip My Hair Back and Forth when she was 14.
So, all right, so you think Will Smith raised Jaden Smith to be gay? You think that she
daughters.
And that's what I'm saying. It's a whole nother perspective. They are artists. They already got a whole legacy they have to teach. We don't the natural real world perspective and not perfect world perspective is that we don't raise our kids to be expressive. That's why they don't be out here trying to be themselves. They wind up trying to find themselves in their 20s and be lost because they ain't want to experience themselves and shit like that.
Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. Are you not allowing your child to be expressive if you tell them not to walk out the house to be overly sexual and not to get the attention that you should not be getting at the age of 14 and 15? That's telling you, basically telling me I'm stifling that expression, because we're talking about allowing my 13, 14,
we're
15
trying to stay on topic here.
That is the topic, Kwame.
2019, we're staying on topic here.
Go back to the topic, my whole topic.
We're talking about a young. If my daughter was first off,
that was never the topic. The topic was the general child.
I generally said that all the young people that grew up in this era are more prone to being celebs and being more seen out here socially because of the internet is different than it was back then. Okay. I've been said that. The fact that you're talking about this one girl right here, and that's the girl you showed and where the whole thing derived from.
It did, but that
a celebrity.
Didn't state on her. Our conversation stemmed to how parents raise their children. We didn't state on her the whole conversation. So for you to keep saying we're only talking about rappers,
we're not talking about only rappers. We're talking about generally. But what I'm saying is,
every child is not a rapper. Every child is not going to have that persona.
I'm talking from the perspective of the media. It has nothing to do with her just being a rapper. She is exposed. Rapper is just what she get out of the media. Some people are fucking singers. Some people are fucking exhibitionists. And become fucking models later. Like, young.
Okay.
Everybody's not going to be no hoe.
I never said she was a hoe.
But that's a perspective that we all give all these young people because we don't fucking want to raise our kids right.
But that's your opinion. I never said that. That was never.
It's not. You didn't say that.
I didn't say that. That was never my. That was never my topic. That was never my anything. My everything was not coming at the girl and how she carries herself. Has everything. That's what I'm talking about.
I'm talking about that chick right there. That chick right there. It
has everything to do in parenting. If she want to do whatever she want to do, kids is going to do whatever they want to do. Period. However, how you parent determines the choices that they do make. Even if they do make the wrong choice, it determines how they're going to change it, how they're going to react to it, or how they're going to carry themselves afterwards, or how they're going to carry themselves, afterwards in the future. That was basically the same thing. But it's just like, that's just like me. When I grew up, now I dress very kind of, modest in some cases. Yes, I still wear tight clothes. I'm grown. And sometimes I do wear my belly out sometimes. But, like, at that age, I was dressing of my age and kind of, I kind of dress more preppier, I guess. So it was kind of different because I went to a prep school. So I had to dress a certain type of way. But nowadays...
Here's your sign.
But nowadays, it's almost like everybody's in prep schools. Everybody got to wear a uniform. That's basically what separated us back in the day. What separated us back in the day from prep schools to regular schools was uniforms. Now everybody wears uniforms.
It's a different era, man.
Now everybody wears uniforms. So in my head, you should already, like, that's just already letting you know the school is even moving towards, like, I understand. Let me just take this back because he's making it seem like I'm saying raise a militant child, not to have her expressive, not to let her have freedom. That's not me at all. I didn't say none of these things. I didn't say that in this either.
I didn't say that either.
But for you to have that as a point to come at what I said, you have to make that as a way of saying that you're opposing, like we're opposing each other on it.
No, I'm saying, all I said is I will not let her be super expressive, but I won't say that she cannot do the minimum of that, what you showed me.
Okay, so my whole thing was, no, I didn't show him the most outrageous pictures. I just showed him, like, damn, like, she looks grown as hell. And it started from me saying, I don't understand why parents allow their child to walk out the house at the age of 15. And I did use the age range from 13 to 15, looking grown as hell. At 16, 17, 18 is a little different. But at this age, from 15 down, I'm going to take this one point. If I'm buying your motherfucking clothes and you cannot front that shit.
But you said this young girl flies to fucking, what you say? She flies somewhere to see her boyfriend?
Like I said.
You're buying her clothes. That's not even a perspective in that,
like
at that
I
point.
said, her parent could be paying for that shit. You don't know?
That's what I'm saying, though. If
But
her parent approves.
My whole point and topic, I do not understand how some parents, not all parents, how some parents in today's society allow their child to do certain things, but then be mad when certain things are a result of how they raised them. It's okay as a, like, I'm young. So me looking at my 15, 16, 17, 18-year-old niece or little cousin or something is going to be different than me being a 30-year-old parent. Nope, take that back. A 35-year-old parent raising a 10, 12, 13, 14, 14-year-old. I could be 14. Yeah, 21. I had to at least make
Make sure it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible at 14.
Yeah, a whole bunch of shit is possible.
But I'm not talking about that because I'm not going to even promote teenage pregnancies right now. We're not back in slavery time.
I'm anti-gentrification though.
That's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day.
Yeah, it is.
But
woo!
So just to wrap this up, because we should do like 45-minute segments. To wrap this up, the reason why I brought this up is because I'm not a feminist. I'm just put that out there. I'm not a feminist. So I'm not against men and I'm not against women and intercommingling. And we didn't go as deep into our backgrounds and childhoods of why we felt the way we felt on this video.
Which is good.
But the reason why I feel the way I feel is because I don't feel like you instilling a little bit of respect in your child at a young age is harmful. Now, if you are so militant to the point where they want to rebel, don't get me wrong, I was very rebellious. But I was rebellious in a respectful manner. I never felt like I needed to show so much of myself to get attention. Like I had so much respect instilled in me that I could wear a motherfucking turtleneck and some jeans and some boots and a hat. Like I went to a strip club with sweatpants, a hat, jeans, and everything. Do you know I made more money than a stripper that was dancing next to me?
I get you.
You feel me? Because I had that respect. I know how to carry myself in a point that I can get attention from my words or attention just from my persona. I don't need to be like, hey, my titty out. Look at me. Like, I didn't pull it out. I'm just saying I don't need to do that, or I don't need to be overly sexual. But I was taught that at a young age. So at a young age, there's nothing wrong with instilling some respect in these young girls. You don't need to be like, they don't need to be out here looking like the Black China to get money and to be a boss. Look at Rashida.
Right.
She was young as a rapper. And she's still older. She's still a rapper, and she has daughters. Look at Tiny. She has a daughter that's a singer. You didn't see her up and down running around with those little skimpy outfits. She did have color hair though. She did have color hair.
Was she with Tiny? Wasn't Tiny back then? Wasn't she doing that same thing?
But she was older. They was 18, 19, 20.
That's not yeah.
But the reason why I brought that up is like if you
our era is still different.
It is different. It is different. Don't get me wrong. We still had our fast ones.
I plan on like I said in my perspective. Let me let you finish that part.
The whole thing is just like if you really open the door and like just bring it back to what he said. I let if I teach her the game, right? Sometimes you cannot overexpose your child at a certain age.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong. You do have to prepare them. But overexposing them could backfire on your ass.
It can.
Okay?
It definitely
now,
can.
and here's my other thing. Can. Because you're a male, you have a male perspective. And that's okay. I love male perspective.
I don't think that's my perspective. I think that I'm having a father's perspective. You know, I don't have a kid because I know how I want my daughter to be. I plan on raising a daughter that's going to be a celebrity or some shit like that.
All right. She could be a celebrity,
that's
but she can still be...
Like, I even plan... even if she's not even a celebrity, I ain't going to push my daughter. If she don't want to do it, then she do what she want.
Just somebody that's influential and impactful.
I want my daughter... All that. I want my daughter to be, if not the most popular chick in the school for the positive stuff. But still, at the same time, I want her to know how to handle that limelight.
Like, you want your daughter to be remembered like, yo, she dope as hell because she ran this club.
She don't got to do that. She just got to be popping. Like, she can sit in the class like by herself. Not by herself, but she can sit in the class, just be the flyest chick in the class, answer all the questions, not talking to nobody, don't got no friends, and she just go home, do her own thing. That's all, like, that's clean to me.
You can be fly.
But she had a game. She could be just all that.
But okay, there's nothing wrong with teaching your kids certain things at an age and preparing them. Like, I wish my mother did teach me about having sex. I never was, to this day, the only thing about sex my mother ever taught me was, only thing men wants to do is fuck you. And that's it. That's the only thing she taught me. And that was at the age of 16. Other than that, it was nothing. Nothing. She taught me how to take care of myself. She taught me good hygiene. She taught me how to, you leave mystery. You have to carry yourself with respect. There's nothing wrong with teaching your daughters to leave something to mystery. You gotta grow your wives to be respectable women. Cause one day they might be a wife that's gonna raise a daughter.
This for perspective for anybody to think. I live with my dad and shit. I grew up with my dad, whatever. And my dad, he raised us. He was there, whatever. Probably not as whatever, but he was, as far as the girls, he was there for them. Like, he didn't slip with them. The fucking he was on them in that same perspective that she's saying. He didn't let them do nothing.
But you have to be understanding. No, I never said that. I never said that. That was not my perspective.
Not that he didn't let them do nothing. He made sure that they was very, very respectable, like you were saying, and they didn't carry themselves. They made sure they didn't show no type of body and stuff like that. I got that. Once they got out of the little small reign, the small feel of his reign, they switched that quick because of that shit.
There's a difference when that's okay. You're going on that perspective because
they switched because of that stuff, and it's because he wasn't trying to give her he wasn't trying to give the game. He was just trying to make them respect themselves as a whole. My thing is, like I was saying, that it kind of goes to the thing in my head, not the way you say it, the way I just said it. That it's like you raise them, and you make sure they don't really do a real broad. It's a lot of shit to get fucked up on around here. Let me say that. And you would definitely make sure they don't get involved into a lot of stuff. But this the thing. This is the thing. You don't also, because there's stuff out there, you don't also teach them to be in a little box.
Okay.
You don't teach them that.
Being that.
And as soon as they get outside of that stuff and they realize that reign was for nothing, that they could have controlled themselves if you would have gave them the right game, they would have been further, and they would have still had the game the same way.
I have one question. Because you're making all of these points like I said any of
that. I said that. Like I said about how my dad, that's what I was talking about, not you.
No, I'm saying, but those are the points that you brought up before you said that. And points of making them in a box. And I know where all of this is coming from. So my whole thing is, again, are you telling me it's okay for a parent to teach their child, to allow their child, to condone their child in the early teenage ages, especially when they're just finding out about their body, going the beginning of puberty, so their hormones is even twice as worse, and don't know how to control them like we do.
You said if I'm giving them a game and then that stuff is happening at the same time?
I never said that. Those words didn't come out of my mouth.
What are you saying?
Are you telling me, listen to what I'm saying, because game didn't even come out of my mouth. Are you telling me that as a parent, it's okay to condone, allow, and to teach your child in the early ages of their puberty years, which is 13, well, some even stemming from 12 to 15.
Never said fucking 12.
I'm just saying.
Now you said 12.
I'm saying early ages of puberty. I'm just saying.
12, 13, 14, you're not even supposed to be even knowing about this stuff. 15, you're about to be a 16-year-old. You should know this shit at 15.
If you don't know it at 14.
You not supposed... 15 and 14 to me was a big-ass jump.
Okay. If we... 14 and 15. Are you allowing... 14 and 15 is almost the same shit to me. The jump is to 16. That's when the jump happens.
To me.
Because... if anything, you can't even start working till you was 15.
But you pre-game. You want to work at 15. You put that in your kid at 15 to want to work next year. Right?
Okay. So you
even get a license next year.
Skipping
at
around
15.
the point. I'm asking you this question. Let me get the question out. And then you can answer it. Are you telling me it's okay for a parent to allow, to condition, and to teach their young daughter, if you don't want to add 13 and 14, at the age of 15,
you can get it out, okay?
To carry herself in an overly sexualized manner?
No, not.
Okay, so with that being said, do you feel like I am stifling my child's creativity and her expressive anything if I instill respect in her to tell her not to dress a certain way, to get certain attention? You can still wear what you want to wear in color, do all of that shit. Growing up, leggings was very looked down upon.
Yeah, it was.
Now, leggings is something like, Even now, my mother still look at me like, oh, those are a little tight, huh? But now she buys them for me. Mind you, I'm about to be 30. So, at the end of the day...
the society of pervs, I get that.
Is it like you have to, and you have to really be a little bit harder on your daughters. And the reason why I'm saying that is because I'm just going to tie one little topic that we're not going to bring up all the way in this conversation to when you said it's a woman's fault.
Talk about something and
I said we're going to touch on it.
All right.
We're not going to have we don't have to have a whole drawn out talk about it. When you said it's a woman's fault of the way society is. Especially when it comes. So when you don't teach your woman.
I guess a soliloquy for the next video. I guess that's a good one. But yeah.
So if it's a woman's fault for the way society is, mind you, I said the reason why women do the things we do is because it's a societal norm to go off what a male views and his perspective of how things are. A woman is overly sexual, yes, because she wants to feel nice. Why do she wants to feel nice? So she can catch something.
I don't think that women think that way. Okay. I think that women do stuff for other women. They don't do stuff for men.
Some do, some don't.
They do stuff for other men because that's what other women like. That's what I think, society-wise.
Okay, so that's his perspective. That's my perspective. We can talk about that the next one.
All right, so yeah, my phone about to die, so I'm going to go ahead and wrap that up. The reason why I could be next and stuff.
The reason why we're saying all of this is it's okay. Because you cannot tell me, just like he just said, that if I tell my daughter, wrap up, cover up your boobies. Don't let your butt hang out. Leave some mystery to the men. So, if you agree with that, then it's not stifling her creativity because I'm very creative and I love me a turtleneck.
All right.
So, is there anything wrong with me saying any of that?
Nope. With that being said, I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up because my phone's dying for one, and so yeah, give me your perspective of in the comments and shit, and tell me how what you think about this perspective.
Do you think it's in parenting, or do you think you should let the child do whatever they want?
That's not what I said, but okay.